Today I found out from my own mother that her ex-boyfriend, the man I lived with from age 11 to 20, secretly videotaped my sister and myself in our own bedrooms, taking showers and baths, and even going so far as to sit on the roof and watch us through the skylight in our bathroom. I'm a 22-year-old female. My sister is 3 years younger. My mom left him when I was 20, around the same time I moved in with my boyfriend. The reason I moved in with my boyfriend was because my mom's boyfriend, Greg, had started to make me more and more uncomfortable. Now, Greg and I, since I was 11 and met him, had always gotten along fairly well. My mom went through a slew of boyfriends after divorcing my father when I was 4. By 11, I had already seen 3 different elementary schools and lived in 4 different houses from living with my mom's boyfriends and it not working out. I was used to it. I was a quiet girl who liked to read and kept to herself, so I was always polite enough knowing at some point or another either him or my mom would go off the deep end and I'd never see him again. My little sister hated Greg from the first day, absolutely would not tolerate him. For the 9 years he was in our life, they'd have screaming matches almost every day. We should have listened to her 8-year-old instincts, I suppose. But as I said, Greg and I got on fairly well, although he did always make me a little uncomfortable just from certain instances here and there happening. When we first moved in with him, within a week he coincidentally lost his job. It took over a year before he got another one. My mom supported him for a year, yet he was always giving her crap if her, my sister, and myself had a shopping day, or if she gave me money when I went with friends. One time he accidentally walked in on me when I was about 13, changing out of my bikini after we all got home from the lake. When I was 16 and had my first real boyfriend, Greg would absolutely terrorize him to the point he refused to come over to my house. Now, my real father is a cool cat who unfortunately had to deal with my mother in order to see us. She's selfish and crazy and played up the whole I deserve my little girls over a man raising them blah blah. But my father would shake hands with the boys I dated, if they had a chance to meet, and treat them with respect unless given a real reason to dislike them. Another time, I was 14, I awoke to him in me and my sister's bedroom on Christmas Eve in the middle of the night, just staring at us. I confronted him the next day, and he chalked it up to saying he wanted to make sure we were asleep before Santa came. My little sis and I stopped believing in Santa years before this, thanks to the older kids on the bus. Greg would belittle them, get in their face, treat them like they were all asshole punks. I ended up dating the same guy for the last 3 years of high school, and Greg never once had anything nice to say about him. My boyfriend at the time thought it was because he was taller than Greg. I think the most memorable and prominent memory that really made me so uncomfortable I moved in with my boyfriend was Greg opening up to me. I was 19, just moved back home from a college out of state after 1 semester, was that my mom hadn't fucked him in a year, then moving closer to me when we were smoking a joint on the sun porch. There are a few more instances that happened, but basically I lived with this guy for 9 years of my life, through the hardest years yet of my life. Puberty, discovering my own body, dealing with the fact that at 12 I was already a C-cup with a size 0 waist, learning to love my body and be comfortable with dealing with the horny boys my age, always trying to mess with my head and heart, just to be able to have a story in the locker room. Never mind discovering a supposed father figure in my life was secretly watching me in intimate places I thought I had 100% privacy from the entire world in. I haven't lived with him in 2 years, but I honestly feel so violated and am still trying to cope with this bomb that has been dropped on the final years of my childhood. My little sister doesn't know, and I hope she never finds out. I'm furious my mom didn't do anything about it, other than leave him when she discovered the videos and files on his iPad. She initially told us she left because she kept catching him on teen pornography websites. That makes me wonder if he sold any of his videos of us to other pedophiles or uploaded them anywhere. I shudder at the thought. I guess he's involved with a pretty serious sexual harassment case at his work currently. He has a grown daughter of his own that seems to worship him. My friends have seen him out downtown at the bars with girls who are clearly old enough to drink but resemble 16-year-olds. I'm honestly just so confused and hurt and feel so violated. Apologies if this isn't the appropriate sub. I'm only on Reddit for L&M and didn't want to post to any sexual abuse Reddit because I was never actually touched and some people have gone through actual hell. I'm fortunate enough to have been protected from the truth until I was 22 and in a stable place in my life that it most likely won't traumatize me for the rest of my life, or so I hope. I honestly am just so shocked. I feel like I'm just rambling now because I legit don't know how to feel about this. So many mixed emotions. So, Greg, let's never meet again, you pedo. Hi there, thanks so much for watching. I'll be continuing to upload videos at a rate of 2 per week, so please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all of my uploads, and feel free to leave a comment or a like to let me know how I'm doing thus far. If you have a story that you'd like to have featured on this channel, please send it to readingrubyt@gmail.com, along with your name as you would like it listed on this channel, and express written permission for me to publish it here. I'll list that email address down in the description below so you can copy and paste it. Thanks again so much for listening, and stay safe out there.